AI has become super essential for businesses of all sizes today, but with its benefits comes its unique operational challenges.
AI needs companies to step up and take that next step, just the way they have done every few decades so far.
Listeners, remember that starting a small business with AI can lead to big benefits when it's tailored to your unique benefits and your business needs.
Visit classesai.com to see if there's something that you can pick and choose from different channels. You find courses and books there that you can leverage.
Hi everyone, this is Maheen and welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. In today's episode, we are diving into the transformative power of AI in business with Malay Upadhyay, a pioneer in AI management, acclaimed author, and COO at SalesChoice. Malay has developed framework for AI operations, served as a Masterclass Instructor, and earned accolades such as being named one of the most influential business leaders to watch. His unique perspectives blends technical knowledge with practical application, making him an insightful guide for small businesses navigating digital transformation. So, without a further ado, let's welcome Malay. Malay, welcome to the show. How's it going?
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
We're very thrilled to have you with us this afternoon, or I should say evening. Now, Malay, your insights are invaluable to our audience, especially as AI continues to shape the future of business. We'll begin to discuss, the AI application and its operational challenges in organizations because AI has become super essential for businesses of all sizes today, but with its benefits comes its unique operational challenges. Malay, what are the key challenges that businesses are facing when implementing AI, and how can SMEs address these to maximize its value?
Um, well, we are getting right into it with a loaded question.
Mm-hmm.
The challenges are so versatile, so broad. Rather than asking what the challenges are, the first thing to understand is where the challenges come from. And for organizations today, unfortunately, they come along every facet, every milestone of what we call an AI journey.
Mm-hmm.
So, to understand the challenges, it's important to understand what those steps or milestones in an AI journey are. And the very first one starts with the leadership's understanding of AI itself, what it can do, what it cannot do. I'm not talking so much as the technological prowess, but just understanding and setting the expectations,
Mm-hmm.
right? And therein lies the strategic point of view, which, if it is not formulated properly, unfortunately can lead to errors right from the beginning, right? The second step that it brings us to after the expectation setting is understanding where to use AI and whether you're ready to use AI.
Mm-hmm.
And by that, I mean three things: data readiness. It's difficult to know whether your organizational data is in a proper shape. And how do you even figure that out if
Right.
needed? One of the frameworks that I developed early for one of my first books, it's called a Tuscany approach, which essentially says look for whether your data is timely, usable, structured, complete, accurate, not biased enough. But how do you truly implement that in
Mm-hmm.
practice? The second is processes. Are your processes and systems ready for AI and what it requires? And the third is people. Because, of course, at the end of the day, everything from their skill set to the way they adopt AI is crucial to monitor and manage. And that brings us to the next step in the challenges, which deals with the adoption itself.
Right.
Are you using the right use cases to use AI where you will get the most value out of it? And are you ensuring that it's used in an ethical way, in a
Mm-hmm.
responsible way, and that people know how to leverage it and get value out of it in the right manner? And how do you even measure that, measure the ROI? So, those are just a snapshot of how challenges exist in different spheres that an organization has to manage end to end today.
Now that's really enlightening. I mean, Malay, addressing these challenges thoughtfully is quite essential for the successful AI adoption. Now, for small businesses in the early stages, what should they prioritize to build a strong foundation of AI integration?
Well, the first one, as I mentioned, is your understanding of AI itself. If you keep looking at it as this technology that's come from the stars. It's therein lies a challenge. I often say to people that think of it like the early days of Microsoft Office. Um, no one expects you to learn how to create Microsoft Windows or Excel. They just expect you to know how to use it properly. And that much knowledge your organization needs to have, your people need to have. And the second most important thing that they should focus on is data.
Mhm.
Get that right from the get go, and it will save you years of efforts at some point. And I've had so many instances of companies that I've seen who have stepped back and had to restart from scratch, or who've taken ages and ages just to get the systems properly in place because of the data readiness.
Mhm.
So, if you can take care of that early on, it will save you a lot of cost and by extension increase the returns that you get.
No, thank you so much for those valuable insights, Malay. Now, building a solid foundation is what we understand is crucial for SMEs to harness AI's potential, efficiently. Listeners, remember that starting a small business with AI can lead to big benefits when it's tailored to your unique benefits and your business needs. Now, let's turn to an exciting topic, which is your new book, Generative AI for Marketing. Now, generative AI is reshaping the marketing landscape, bringing both opportunities and risks. Malay, could you share insights from your book on how Gen AI is impacting marketing, especially for SMEs?
Oh, there are so many insights. It's an entire book. But let me try and pick and choose a couple. Um, One of the key insights that came out of the book, and it really took shape as I was writing it. It was actually the inspiration and genesis of that book in some ways, was the fact that all generative AI use cases, or at least most of them, fall in three key categories. They either help you gain insights that you didn't previously have. It could be predictive in nature, it could be reactive in nature. They help with automation that can help improve efficiencies within the company, help you do much more with your existing resource and capacity limitations, or and they help with content generation, which is the generative AI component that we are all familiar with. If you can truly understand these three pillars, the key second insight that automatically follows is that you can start to look at your people and your organization differently.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is, see, AI doesn't work properly in most cases, or ends up not giving you the returns you expect because it doesn't work well in silos.
Right.
The market is dynamic, it's changing quickly. It needs you to change fast with it. The information needs to come in from everywhere. Both of these end up meeting a roadblock because of the way our organizations are structured today. And that's partly because it's how it's been since the days of Henry Ford,
Right.
right? Because every time we have had a managerial or technological evolution, it's been because of the way the market was evolving. AI needs companies to step up and take that next step, just the way they have done every few decades so far.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, what it means is, if you start to look at your resources in buckets of insights, automation, and content personnel, what you can now do is, instead of having siloed functions in marketing, as an example, product marketing, channel marketing, brand marketing, you can start to look at these as project areas instead.
Right.
And what that does is it allows you to move your resources and reallocate them between the different project areas versus having them locked to a function, depending on what AI requirement is there and what the business objective is, because that's something that keeps changing with market
Mm-hmm.
demands. And that brings in the agility that you're otherwise missing. And the second big help that does, and it's transformational, is that now you have a single source of truth resting in each of these three areas to prevent costly mistakes or redundancies. And what I mean by that is, the head of automation now knows where his people are in different project areas, and therefore knows what systems are being implemented or in place, and can make sure that they all align with each other.
Right.
The head of insights can make sure that the insights are percolating in a timely manner, so everyone, all stakeholders, are on the same page. The content head can make sure that the assets that are being created can be reused and replicated. It has foundational impact on how exactly your organization does its business and leverages AI and gears up for the future. And that, I believe, is the key insight that came out of this. Long answer, I know, to your question, but it's difficult to pack it in. But yes.
No, those are great insights. Thank you, Malay. And it's very fascinating to see how Gen AI is influencing marketing strategies. Next, let's move to another key area, which is learning AI.
Right.
Now, with AI transforming so many industries, gaining a working knowledge of it has become as essential. Malay, what are the key AI concepts that small business owners and entrepreneurs should understand and learn?
Um, the first thing I would say is understanding what I mentioned very early on, which is what an AI journey entails.
Mhm.
What are the components of an AI journey? Because unless you understand that, you don't know what's about to hit you and what all things you have to take care of. When you start a business, for example, or you're running, every entrepreneur should know and now knows what the different facets are that they need to manage. There's HR from a recruitment perspective, there's the accounting, there's sales. AI journey is no different. When you take on an AI investment, you have to make sure that you prepare for how well you're set up, but also what use cases you'll be using it for. And therein comes the second thing that I believe it's very important to understand conceptually. AI does not do jobs.
Hmm.
It solves use cases, it performs tasks. Its ability to replace a job is directly proportional to its ability to perform the different tasks that are involved in a given job.
Hmm.
So when you understand this concept, you will start to realize that AI is more like a colleague who's there to help you and enhance your capabilities and your performance versus looking at it as something that'll just come in and do the job of 10 people.
Right. No, those tips are really helpful for getting started with AI, and building foundational knowledge can make all the difference. But are there any specific resources or courses that you recommend for small business owners to build their AI knowledge?
Oh, I love that question. I love that question because, you know, I've spent so many years teaching AI out there in the market. It's a passion area for me, and I also teach regularly a masterclass
Hmm.
for executives globally as part of the US Artificial Intelligence Institute. And my students in those classes, they range from managing directors to CEOs to partners from organizations, both government and private, across the globe: Japan, Germany, US, China, India. Uh, and one thing that I always tell them when I start off the class is I always acknowledge and commend the fact that they have taken that step to get this AI certification. Because whether they realize it or not, in taking the small step, they have consciously chosen to venture into an uncomfortable, unfamiliar territory. And in doing so, already taken a step to differentiate themselves from their peers. And that's a courageous step. That's
Hmm.
something I always commend them on. So, coming back to your question, that's the reason I love this, because for those looking to learn about AI, which they absolutely should, the key impediment is finding the right resources, which people have struggled with. So, what I've done is consolidated all of them to give people an option to pick and choose whatever resources best suit their time commitments, their budget, and so on. And I would invite people to go and visit classesai.com, which is really a repository where you'll find just about any and every resource that may serve your purpose and your objectives when it comes to learning AI. Classesai.com is where you will find books, you'll find courses, certifications, guides, playbooks, you name it, which is probably the best one that I can recommend.
No, learning AI is indeed empowering for SMEs in today's digital world, and it really opens doors to innovation and informative and informed decision making as well.
Mhm.
Stay with us as we continue our conversations with Malay Upadhyay after a short break.
You dreamt big. You made the leap. You and your "we're not stopping at small" business. Doesn't matter you've never done it before. You unlock those problems. You adapt to change. You learn to evolve. You're pioneers in challenging times, finding your own frontiers. Wherever you e-commerce, UPS is with you. So nothing is going to hold you back.
4 billion people check their email every day. That's 4 billion missed opportunities if your message doesn't make it. To reach your customer's inbox, you need a winning strategy. And Constant Contact delivers. Literally, over 97% deliverability. Elevate your email game with easy-to-use templates, writing assistants powered by AI, and in-depth metrics. Ensuring your email is flawless, delivered, and read. Constant Contact delivers. Give it a try.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, we're in the business of you.
We're here to help you plug in,
connect and recharge,
make an impression,
and meet with confidence.
With 19 brands built for business,
your business gets even more rewarding.
With an award-winning loyalty program at 6,000 IHG hotels and resorts worldwide.
Let's explore Malay's unique journey from engineering to marketing and AI. Now we'll discuss how your journey from engineering to AI unfolded took place, right? We want insights because your path has been very fascinating, Malay, moving from engineering to marketing and now AI. We want to know a bit more about it. So tell us, how has your journey across these diverse fields shaped your approach to AI and digital transformation?
I would love to say it was all planned, but it wasn't. I guess I was fortunate to make those choices as they came my way. But I find that they have been immensely helpful because one of the key problems in leveraging AI or seeing success with it is the fact that in most cases, the business teams and the technical teams don't speak the same language. And there is that perpetual gap between them that leads to, inefficiencies. What I found, thankfully, is because of my engineering background, I was able to bring in some of that analytical mindset, that engineering mindset, while my master's in marketing and MBA gave me a good perspective of the business end of things. In a nutshell, what that did was, and I say I was fortunate to hop on the AI bandwagon quite early, I was able to experience firsthand this gap across all my clients, as well as in my own team, and start to thread them together piece by piece. And that, I believe, has been fundamental in helping me increase not only my knowledge but to be able to help other organizations avoid these pitfalls. I believe that's probably the best way I can sum up how this journey has helped or positioned me to teach AI or to help with AI solutioning.
Now, it's really inspiring to see how your varied background has influenced your perspective on AI and business, Malay. Now, what advice would you give to professionals from non-technical backgrounds that are looking to transition into AI?
Well, the first one I already mentioned. Don't be afraid to learn AI. It sounds too much. It sounds a bit tedious. You don't know where to start. Visit classesai.com to see if there's something that you can pick and choose from different channels. You'll find courses and books there that you can leverage. But more importantly, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to be the fool in the room en route to that learning. Because whether it's asking questions that you think may not be useful or starting from understanding things that you think everyone else around you knows, which rest assured they don't. It is important to take that first step. It's a leap, but it's worth it, and it's something you will have to do it sooner or later when it comes to AI. As I said, the Microsoft Office example. So take that step, and you will find that it's much easier and simpler than you would have imagined earlier.
Your career journey really underscores the power of adaptability and growth across multiple different fields. And it's really inspiring for those as well who are listening, who are seeking to navigate this complex path. Listeners, embracing change can open doors to unexpected and rewarding opportunities in any field. Now let's delve into how you manage multiple roles, from COO to author and then a board advisor as well. Now with your roles at SalesChoice and as an author, instructor, and board member, you wear many hats. Malay, how do you balance these responsibilities to stay, effective across so many different fields?
Um, well, there's no magic sauce. When you say that like that, it does seem too much. But I believe, first of all, it's hard work,
Mm.
and I think, in all fairness, I have to start by thanking my better half, my partner,
Oh.
my wife, when it comes to that, because she's the one who is watching me dedicate myself to the work, at home, and many of our planning within the family or something ends up happening in terms of not days but seasons, sometimes entire year, based on what project is now on the plate. um, but besides that, I think it also has something to do with passion.
Mm.
And what I mean by that is, it's not a passion where this is all you want to ever do, but there has to be that bit from within you that keeps you going when things are not going your way, which is
Right.
inevitably something that happens. You meet challenges, days when you're tired, when you have worked months and you don't see the results you were expecting. That little bit that pushes you in that moment of desperation, the best way I can summarize it is passion on some level for something. In my case, I don't know whether it's AI or the fact that I see it as playing such a crucial role in our future, in our socio-economic future, and the fact that it has to be done right, which is why I've been so conscious. I don't know which of these components is the one, but there definitely is something in there that keeps that hard work going, which I'm thankful for.
That's amazing. And it's really impressive how you manage to stay focused and purposeful in all these roles that you're involved with. Now, as we conclude, Malay, what's that one final piece of advice that you'd like to give to small businesses that are beginning their journey with AI?
Um, I will pick out items from what we have discussed so far, starting with what I said earlier about when it comes to AI, understanding it and making sure your data is as good as it can be in the way you're capturing and maintaining it and accessing it from the get-go. It's extremely helpful. And don't be afraid to take that step and make mistakes if needed, as I said. But perhaps more importantly, going back to the understanding bit, it's important to not just understand the technology, but also understand why or what makes it crucial for you.
Mm.
And to give you an example, if used right, businesses today can pretty inexpensively tie together a set of solutions to pretty much automate a good chunk of their sales process. And in doing that, what they can now do is free up the time of that one salesperson that they can afford to hire, or two or five, whatever, to make sure that those guys are spending their limited time on speaking with actual or likely customers, because the rest of the job has been automated by AI.
Right.
Now, what that essentially means is you're looking at a world where you can, and this I can tell from firsthand experience again, you can increase your reach outs, your coverage several times, 2 to 3x would be a conservative way to put it, while reducing your cost almost 90% in some cases than what it would have otherwise taken. And once you are able to understand, quantify, visualize, and quantify the impact that AI can have on your business to solve problems you're otherwise dealing with day to day, that incentive will come automatically to do
Right.
what is needed to prepare for it.
That's amazing. Though. Thank you so much for your time and for sharing such great insights and valuable experiences. It's been a pleasure to have you on it. Thank you.
Well, likewise, thank you for having me.
Today's episode with Malay Upadhyay covered essential topics on navigating AI challenges, leveraging generational AI for marketing, and learning the foundations of AI. Malay's journey and expertise have provided a roadmap for small businesses that are embracing digital transformation. We'd like to thank our partners RBC, UPS, Constant Contact, IHG, and Google for their continued support in helping us bring valuable insights to our listeners. For more content on small business trends and advice, visit CanadianSME.ca to subscribe to the magazine. See you in the next episode.